Take a moment to think about this. Consider the weight of this statement. You can only sit in the victim's chair once. If someone disrespects you, you were a victim once. If someone betrays your trust, you were a victim once. If someone mistreats you in front of others, you were a victim once. But now, pay attention. If it happens again, the responsibility is yours. You are no longer a victim, you are complicit. And while this truth may hurt, it is the key to changing how the world treats you. No one has the power to make the people around you perfect. They err, they hurt, they disrespect. That is beyond your control. But what is in your hands is the decision to prevent these mistakes from recurring in your life. It's about deciding how far the limits of what you tolerate will go, because what you accept, you teach. You teach others how to treat you. Now imagine the impact of this on your life. How many times have you let bad behavior slide thinking it was something small? How many times have you told yourself to be more understanding, patient, or tolerant? And in doing so, how many times have you forgotten to be fair to yourself? The fact is that every act of disrespect you tolerate is like a manual you hand out saying, "This is how you can treat me." Sometimes we feel guilty for setting boundaries. It feels like we're being too harsh or even unfair. But let me tell you something. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-respect. It's telling the world that you know your worth, that you understand what you deserve, and no one will respect that for you. Change begins when you decide once and for all that your dignity is not a bargaining chip to please others. And here's another truth. The fear of losing people's approval cannot outweigh the fear of losing yourself. Because in the end, the person you see in the mirror is the one who matters. You don't need to bow to every expectation or desire just to be accepted. True inclusion happens when you are respected for who you truly are without sacrificing your essence. And if you feel you need to tolerate disrespect to belong to something, then perhaps that something isn't right for you. This message isn't about shielding yourself from every imperfect interaction. Mistakes happen. People fail. But it's about recognizing when a mistake stops being a one-time slip and becomes a pattern. More importantly, it's about recognizing your role in allowing that pattern to continue. Because if you don't set your limits, others will do it for you. And I promise you, the limits they set will never be what you deserve. Reflect now. What have you been tolerating in your life? Maybe it's a friend who constantly puts you down with jokes that hurt more than they amuse. Maybe it's a boss who crosses professional boundaries. Maybe it's a relationship where you constantly have to fight for respect. In each of these situations, you have two choices. Keep sitting in the victim's chair or stand up and redefine the rules. The turning point in your life comes when you decide not to be complicit anymore. And that takes courage. Courage to face discomfort, to say no, to set boundaries, even if it means losing something or someone. But this courage is what sets you free. It's what gives you back control over your own story. The first step to changing this is simple but powerful. Decide that you deserve more. Because you do. You deserve respect, consideration, and an environment where you can grow and thrive without fear of being belittled. And when you start believing that, the world will believe it too. You're not alone in this journey. Everyone at some point has had to learn to value themselves more. They've had to face the fear of displeasing others to finally find the peace of being true to themselves. And that's what makes this journey so powerful. Because every boundary you set isn't just about protecting yourself, it's also about inspiring others to do the same. If you've made it this far, something inside you already knows it's time for a change. You already know that the victim's chair isn't your place, so stand up, show the world and yourself that you won't accept less than you deserve anymore. This decision is yours, and so is the power to transform your reality. And before we wrap up, I want to invite you to continue this journey with us. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment your thoughts, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Here, we talk about transforming your life and earning the respect you deserve. Don't miss the upcoming videos, each designed to inspire and empower you. See you next time.